Welcome, friends. Thanks for joining me. I'm Medium Kim. Today, looking at some predictions for September, something a little new for me. And I encourage you to also to do this for yourself because you don't want to rely on just somebody else's information. Try to feel like whatever I say today, feel, does that feel right? And everything, of course, take with a grain of salt. This is for entertainment purposes only. All right. So let's just see where we go. And how the way I do it, and you can do however you want. Some people will get their ideas in the shower after meditation. For me, it's a meditation. Sometimes I do get information in the shower, but um, today I was meditating and I have my pen and paper with me. And after I've been meditating for a little while, then I just ask Spirit, what do I need to know? What do we need to know about September? And so my first thing that I got was surprise to me. So when I get a surprise, just like for you too, the more of a surprise it is, the more, oh, well, probably right on because I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to hear about Trump or the politics or the economy or maybe wars or whatever. But anyways, what I got first were are that there are more, and I think there are now too, more spacecraft in the sky. Now I'm talking about the UFO variety, the ET variety, more the interdimensional variety. We may not even see them, although maybe you can with the night vision goggles, or if you just take a picture with your phone on slow motion video, you might catch them. But it looked to me when I saw it, first of all, these are positive, these are of the light spacecraft, and I saw them, and I think the way I saw it was they were more white, a slightly grayish green color, but on the light tint of that. And what I saw, there were so many. It's like weaving. Like a blanket around Earth, weaving, weaving, weaving. And I felt like what they're doing is protecting Earth from potentially malevolent spacecraft or beings from some other galaxy. That's what it felt like. It's almost like we're very vulnerable right now. That's what it felt like. Earth is vulnerable. And it's like a little baby, and the mama has to protect us, the moms and all the they're protecting. I'm not saying they're interfering with our free will. I'm not saying that, but they do feel protective. And like I said, it's like making a blanket. It was like they're in and out, uh, um, all around Earth. So that's what I saw, and I see if there's anything else I wrote about it. It's a network of light. They're protecting Earth from the dark forces in the galaxy. Um, Back and forth, creating a network of light, crafts of light. And I also did feel there might be some nuclear threats around the world, and they're keeping that at bay too. I'm not sure where this is. It may be Israel. I'm not sure, but that's a possibility. Okay. I also felt like they were also in. I also now as I'm saying this, I feel like they're also in the earth. We have a whole other dimension below the surface of the earth. I feel like they're doing the same thing, the same. We can think of the sky and air, but within the earth, there's another dimension, and they're doing this. They're weaving, they're weaving, making a weave of light within the earth. It's nice. I we should feel very protected. All right, now number two. I don't know, I was drawn to Canada, and that's something I wasn't expecting as well. Canada. What I felt was, and I forget the president's name, darn it. Well, anyway, I felt the president is being more brave. He's he's adamant. He's positioned. He's also angry. He's defending his territory rights and about tariffs even. I don't know. I don't think there's much going on about tariffs right now, but I also felt like there might be something from Russia, even some threats. Um, but it lessens by the end of September. I also felt like they were like Canada might be having to do some tax increase or something. And I also felt solidarity with Europe coming together very strongly against, really against the Trump regime. Yeah, very much, especially, yeah, definitely against the Trump regime. I don't know what's going on at the northern border, but it feels like Canada has to really defend itself right now and preparing. Okay, so that's what I got about that. And then I did ask about Trump. And because we're all interested in that, because he is a world leader. And I asked about his health. And what I saw immediately was he was more tired. I felt like he was doing this. His head bobbed down, head is hanging. And also felt like he's more unstable on his feet, a little more wobbly, especially week 3. I saw that week 3. Like I remember on the red carpet with Putin, he was doing the wobbly thing. I feel like there's more of that. Um, and I also saw the Jack, yeah, the Jack of Spades. Now, I don't know what the Jack of Spades means. Okay, I meant to look that up. What does that mean? Jack of Spades. I saw that card. Okay. I also feel like he's gambling. He's doing, I mean, it's a kind of he's gambling our resources in a way. He's making deal. Okay, as I'm looking, if I'm feeling into this now, I feel like he's making deals with America's resources, and it may not be on American soil even. It may be, I don't even know where it would be. Is it Alaska? Is it? I don't know. I'm not sure, but anyway, I feel like he's gambling our resources. Okay. Also, when I saw him playing golf, I saw him getting angry. Yeah, I like he just can't do it anymore. Like, I'm not, just throw it for me, just hit it for me, kind of like that. Okay, so that's what I saw on him. Now go to Chicago, because I know there's a whole big talk about Chicago and Governor Pritzker. Oh boy. First of all, I thought with Governor Pritzker that he is a good communicator for the Chicago, for the whole state. But I mean, Chicago is a big hub, and he will help the people prepare if there is an invasion of the military forces. So he will help people prepare. I did feel that there is caution now, just in case, like what's going to happen. And I felt like people were going underground, and I feel like it's more the immigrants going underground. It doesn't matter if you're Latino or Indian or even Asian. I feel like they were going underground. Maybe not the Asian as much, but that's what I felt. They're practicing being quiet. They're also, Pritzker is working on his legal battles. He feels like he can win. He feels like he's got this. Like if there are boots in the street, which I kind of think there will be, hate to say. I have a lot of friends in Chicago, and I got to go to Chicago with Mel. That was a year ago. I think it was about a year ago. And I got to walk up and down the downtown streets of Chicago. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful city, really. But anyway, I kind of did hear boots in the street. So, but what I felt like is that there was so much preparation around this that they can't find anything except for some innocent people. And so that's not good, you know. And I kind of feel like if there are boots in the street, Chicago is going to it's going to be like something to remember. Like it will never quite, I mean, it will get over it, but it's going to be like, wow, something to really remember, thinking you're having to defend yourself from your own government. That's pretty big. Okay, now Gavin Newsom. Let's go on to him. Whether you love him, whether you don't like him, what I feel like he's doing is, first of all, he's very handsome. You have to say that. You got to give him credit for that. But what I feel like is now, and what I do too, by the way, when I want to go to the future, I look at now first. What's happening now? That's my anchor. And I can go back in the past and then I can go into the future, but I have to have an anchor and feel like I have got that. We know that Gavin Newsom is trying to be smart, and I feel like this is what he's doing now, trying to be smart and on the attack and scrutinizing all the facts and whatever he sees in the Trump as failing. He sees Trump failing. Um, and he's connecting. He's trying to connect with the foreign allies. You know, I think it was it Denmark that he had over to his state. I can't remember. I'm sorry, I don't have all the facts. This is why I don't do very much politics, because for me to keep track of all the names and the facts is a lot of work. But I know he hosted, I think it was a lady. I know it was a lady. I think it was Denmark. But anyway, but he's trying to do more of that. Okay, and he is trying to protect the state. He does care. I feel like he truly cares about his state. I think he cares about the children. I know that there's some, criticism for him and how he's treated the LGBTQ community and things, but that's what I see, that he does actually care. And that's a good point right there. He needs to rest, though. I see September he needs to rest because he's planning for a big October. I don't know. That's what I felt. Don't know what that is. But he's also looking for more help on his team. He wants strong warriors. But he's still leading the battle. I still see him, like he's the man on the horse leading the battle. That's how I see him. And nobody else is quite matched to him yet, as far as leading the battle against Trump. So it is basically Trump and Newsom right now. I'm not saying that Newsom is going to make it to 2028 as a presidential candidate. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just talking about the current moment and in September, October. I also do feel like he needs to be careful that he might get somehow, he thinks he's hired somebody good or whatever, but they might be actually a little bit of a spy to give backdoor information to the Trump team. I feel that as he needs to be careful on that. Very strong, actually. As I'm saying it now, I even get it more strong. Um, yeah. Okay, but I see Gavin winning. He's taking, he's winning in September and probably October too. And he's noticing, and many people are noticing that Trump is more about hot air, right? That he has, what he says isn't true. And so that I do feel that that's coming up more and more. And partly because of Gavin Newsom is exposing him. All right, and he's speaking now. Another thing I felt with him is that there's more leaders, world leaders, being more bold because Gavin Newsom is leading the way, just to as a demonstrating how to be bold. Like even Zelensky's more bold. The other world, many. I thought that I saw the Canadian leader being more bold. I think it's Denmark, but there's others too that are being more bold now, speaking out against Trump. Okay, I also felt, this is a sideline, I have no idea, that Vance and Pritzker battle here. Like there's going to be something happening. I'm not sure if this is September though. That may not be till October. But just look for Vance Pritzker down the road. Okay. Now that I asked about the money, the economy in the US, just the US. But this might be around the world too. That I felt people were spending less money. And I saw empty wallet. But the Trump media will be advertising that everything's good, of course, right? We kind of know this, but I think that even when Christmas sales or whatever are coming up and people aren't spending as much, they're more cautious. I think they will be more cautious. I think home sales are going down. I think The stock market looks to be up and down, about the same as this month, probably. Of August, I feel up and down. But I also feel that Trump will advertise or announce that it's the best season ever for Christmas. Now, if Trump is even still here at Christmas, which we don't know about that yet. But if it's not Trump, it'll be somebody else from that team that will be announcing best sales ever, best Christmas season ever. Okay, and we don't have anything to back it up because we don't have reliable sources anymore as far as any measuring, any teams who do the measuring, whether it's our health, whether it's the measles outbreak, whether it's the climate change, whether it's economy. I mean, there's really pretty much nothing that's, well, I don't know how reliable what we hear is. All right, so this is another reason we need to go within. When we hear something, is it true? Is it not true? You have to use your internal intuitive barometer to find this out. And I think this is how we're going to change the world. It's our intuition, right? Because this is how we know. What if our phones die? Okay, we're going to have to send messages telepathically to our family, right? Or, that kind of thing. Yeah, so really do use your intuition. Spend some time every day in the joy. Spend some time every day, just 5 minutes doing the intuition development. And you could do so many things, and a way to do that. All right, I did post my classes that I have coming up in September. And if you're interested, you can look on my website. All right, you guys. Much love, many blessings, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye now.